Because what am I gonna do? Of course, I'm gonna go back and get an item and go to dragon. Again, I do the combo here. Look at how much damage I'm dealing. Oh my god. It's still okay, however. Like, I should be fine now. Look at this combo that I'm doing. This is such an important combo. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video, and in today's video I'll be showing you exactly how to build Pantheon and how to abuse his power spikes, and on top of that, gameplay of me playing really well but also making huge mistakes. So I think this is the perfect video. But before starting, I have some announcements. If you don't care about my announcements, I'll timestamps in the description to skip to the build or to the gameplay. So let's talk about the announcement. So as I mentioned earlier, I made a donation link and someone actually donated $25. Mad Leader Twitch donated $25 and says best wishes, brother. And I feel kind of guilty just taking it. So what I'm going to do is, instead of giving away 7 skins, I'm actually giving away 10 skins this month. 10. And the way that you can win it is put down a comment under this video and on the other videos in April. But I'm actually going to give 2 away of them on Instagram and Twitter as well. So make sure to follow my Twitter page and my Instagram. You know, I'm going to post there soon as well. Okay, so that was the announcement for today. Let's get into the video. Pantheon. Oh my god, guys. I played I think almost 40 games of Pantheon. And I played a lot with the build. So I really want to tell you that the build that I have here is, for me, the best build. Which is pretty much full damage Pantheon. I have tried Black Cleaver. I've tried it. And I don't like it at all. I really don't like it. It's true, it shreds through tanks, but Yumo's Ghostplate is definitely the best item on Pantheon. This is always going to be the item that you want to go for. Trust me, guys, trust me. I've played a lot of items, a lot of builds, a lot of things, and this like the Yumo's Ghostplate has definitely done the best for me. So after Yumo's Ghostplate, you want to get boots, and obviously it depends on the game. You either want to get Mercury's Threads or Plated Steel Caps, and if you really don't feel like you need any of these, you can even get Ioni Boots. But I really recommend you to get one of these to get the resistance. Because as I said, this is pretty much a full damage build. So you're going to be full damage. Okay, so after Yumo's Ghostplate, Trinity Force. Now you might think, why Trinity Force? Because you might think that it's not that good on Pantheon. Let me tell you why. So Trinity Force on Pantheon is very nice because of his second ability. His second ability automatically procs Trinity Force. And the thing is, like, even after your first ability, if you can manage to hit your enemies with a basic attack, it's really worth it. This item just gives you so many things. It gives you 25 ability haste, attack speed, attack damage, max health, and you'll see by the way that I play Pantheon that this item is really good. Why am I pointing here? I mean here. This item is really good. So about the boots and enchantments, I've actually put Locket here, but no, you don't want to go for Locket, guys. So for the enchantments, I like Protobelt. I personally really like Protobelt, but I also like Redemption. Let me explain. So Protobelt is absolutely beautiful if you feel like you cannot reach the enemies. So what Protobelt is going to do for you is it's going to be a gap closer to hit your second ability. Like, let's say the enemy is very far away. You can shoot yourself to the front with Protobelt, use your second ability to stun the enemy and kill him, right? So that's when I like Protobelt. If you want Sustain, you really need to listen carefully to me, because this is very important information about how to build Pantheon. If you want Sustain in your team, and what I mean with that is like out damage your enemies in a long fight, so not burst, long. And examples are if your team has Ziggs, Orianna, Jinx, things like this, you know, that deal damage over time, get a Redemption, you know, so you're able to deal damage to the enemies and heal yourself with the Redemption. After these 2 items, it's situational. Listen, please listen really carefully. Does the enemy have a lot of burst? Go for Death's Dance, third item. Does the enemy have a lot of sustain damage? Go for Steric's Gauge. Do you just want to hardcore dive in, kill yourself for your team? Get a Guardian Angel. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's really situational. Like, as I mentioned, it's really situational. I personally always go for Steric's Gauge, not third item, but I always put Steric's Gauge either third or fourth item, because this item synergizes perfectly with Trinity Force. So you want to get Steric's Gauge either third or fourth item. And as I said here, it really depends on what you want. I really like the Death's Dance, but for example, Randuin's Omen can also be really nice, because if the enemies have a lot of crit, you can get a Randuin's Omen to reduce the damage. Another nice item on Pantheon is Thornmail. If the enemy has a lot of healing, you can get Thornmail. Now, I don't really recommend you to get Thornmail as your third item. However, if you feel like you don't need more damage and you need defense, get Thornmail. So let me explain when you should build damage and when defense. If you are snowballing the game, so if you're winning really hard, continue building damage, guys. Don't build defense. If you're kind of struggling, build defense, okay? And build defense accordingly. You either want to get a Guardian Angel, Thornmail, or Spirit, Spirit Visage if your team has a lot of healing, or, it depends. It all depends. Force of Nature can also be good, if you want to engage in longer fights again. It really, really depends. But as I said, you generally want to put Sterox Gauge in your build, and the rest is situational. As long as you have these 2 items in the beginning and then get a Sterox Gauge later on, you should be fine. Okay, so about the runes and spells, actually I'm going to start with the spells. I have a very important thing to say here. I have tried Ignite and Shield, and I really want to tell you that Ignite is 20 million times better than Shield. Never, ever, ever go for Shield on Pantheon. Why, you might think? You know what? Let me know in the comments why. Let me know why you think you should not go for a Shield. I'm kind of, I'm going to tell you that you shouldn't do it, but I'm not going to tell you why. I want to hear it from you guys. So let me know in the comments. Just go for Ignite, trust me. And here, Conqueror, it's very easy to stack up the Conqueror on Pantheon. Just go for Conqueror. And here, it depends on your playstyle. I go for Brutal just for the damage, so you always have damage. You can go for Weakness if you want to build more tanky. I don't like it, however. You can also get Champion. Now, Champion is very risky, of course, because, if you die, you lose stacks. But this is actually very good on Pantheon if you want to play Pantheon like this, because he's a very strong early game champion, okay? And here, I go for Hunter Titan, what I do with Pantheon, I roam around a lot, so I often get a lot of kills and assists, so it's very easy for me to stack up the Hunter Titan. And here, Sweet Tooth. The only reason I get Sweet Tooth, well, obviously because of the gold, but the more important reason is to win my lane. I really, really want to win my lane as a Pantheon. Okay, that was it about the build. Let's get into the gameplay. Alright guys, on to the Pantheon gameplay. So, I have so much to say. Like, as I said, I played like 30 games or something with Pantheon, and I lost quite a lot of them. But there became a point where I actually was winning a lot, and that's when I recorded this video, when I really understood how to build Pantheon, and I explained during the build part of the video how you do that. So if you missed that, make sure to go back and watch it. But there are also a lot of things. So the first important thing is, as you can see, I upgraded my second ability. This is a thing that I discovered after playing like, I think around 10 or 12 games with Pantheon. You always want to start with second ability, and the reason for that is because you're gonna win every 1v1 against any champion with your second ability. Every 1v1. And the way that you do that is you just go on them, and here of course you can go on a minion as well. It's okay. But as you can see, what I did here was not worth the minion. It's true that I got the minion, but what I should have done is, take the L. Take the L. Just don't take the minion and stay. Just take the gold and that's it. So take a look at this. Like, the way that I'm playing here, it's very, very nice. I know that the Xin Zhao is going to win against me because he's level 2. But what I'm doing is I'm staying behind my minions. And when he dived into me, I stunned him under my minions. Now, this is very, very important, especially if you're losing your lane. Like right now, I was losing my lane. The Xin Zhao is actually stronger than me. I made a mistake in the early game, but the way that I compensated for it is I stunned the enemy under my minions. This is a very, very important thing to know about playing Baron lane. And it's not only important on Pantheon, but important on every laner, especially in the early game, guys. Because in the early game, minions are going to be significantly stronger than the late game, right? Because in the early game, you're level 1, 2, 3. So what you want to do, if you know that you're going to lose the fight, bait the enemies to fight you under your minions. And you're likely going to win under your minions, because your minions will do a lot of damage. So as you can see here, I knew that the Xin Zhao was not here. So what I'm doing is, I'm pushing the wave, shoving it under his turret. I took his heal. I even got 60 gold from it. And now I am golden. I am very, very strong. Gonna go back, take my items, and go back to the lane. So when is a good moment to backport? It's very, very good if you push the wave like this. Because I have no reason to stay in my lane. So as you can see, my team was kind of mad that I didn't rotate, but it was actually definitely the right call for me to not rotate. Because now I am I should be ahead of the Xin Zhao, because I shoved the wave and actually no, because he got 2 kills / assists, that's why. It's still okay, however. Like, I should be fine now. Look at this combo that I'm doing. This is such an important combo. I'm gonna rewind. I'm gonna rewind and tell you why this is an important combo that you should really learn. And I almost always use this combo. So I'm gonna explain. You use your second empowered ability, basic attack, first ability, and then you can use another empowered shield. Look, boom, boom. Why is this important? This is important because, first of all, your second ability is gonna stun the enemy and deal a lot of damage because you're gonna shoot your basic attacks after that very fast because it's empowered. Then you're gonna have 3 stacks. So with those 3 stacks, you wanna hit your first ability. You know, you don't wanna do it empowered, just hit it for damage. After that, you'll have 4 stacks. And after those 4 stacks, hit a basic attack and then your third ability. Why is it important to hit a basic attack? Because an empowered third ability actually gives you bonus movement speed. So you're going to be very fast while holding the shield. And when you hold a shield, first of all, you're not going to take damage. Secondly, you're going to do a lot of damage to the enemy. And after that, ignite the enemy. And when the enemy is below 20% HP, hit your first ability and it's gonna crit and you're gonna absolutely kill the enemy. This combo is so disgusting on Pantheon, guys, and it destroys Darius, it destroys Camille, destroys Xin Zhao, it destroys everyone in the early game. This is your combo that you have to do in the early game. So one second, what was I talking about? Yeah, take a look. What I'm doing here, you know, I'm shoving the wave because what am I gonna do? Of course, I'm gonna go back and get an item and go to Dragon. Again, I do the combo here. Look at how much damage I'm dealing. Oh my god. Look at this. This combination is golden. And let me tell you, I actually didn't know about this combination up until I played like 20 games with Pantheon. I actually discovered this combination myself, you know, after playing him for a while. And this combination literally brought my Pantheon game from here to here. So I really want you to pay attention to how I do it and practice it in practice mode and do it yourself. Take a look at this. I do the combination again to tank up some damage, which is really nice. And oh my god, I'm just sniping these people. Look. Please tell me, guys. Please tell me. How good am I playing Pantheon right here? This is absolutely perfect. It's kind of funny though because I'm gonna play absolutely garbage in the later game. You'll see, and I'll explain to you what my mistakes are. Like, this is quite literally the perfect game to upload because I'm not gonna say if it's a win or a loss. It's just a game where I played really well and where I played absolutely garbage. So you know, you can learn from me playing well and you can learn from me playing absolutely terrible. So let's watch. So on Pantheon, I like to mention to my team that I have my ultimate. Yeah, like as you can see here, you know, I'm kind of preparing to use my ult in this lane and go in. But it's very important for my team to know that I have ult because then they know that they can engage in fights because I'm gonna be there, right? So let's take a look. The Xin Zhao is pushing my lane. I actually chose to help my team, and the reason for that is because I really want to win this fight. And you know, it's kind of risky without me. Like as you can see, we won the fight, and what I'm gonna do. This is why Pantheon is beautiful at dragons. I'm gonna walk close, use my ultimate to save the turret, and easy peasy. I got the dragon for my team and I did not even lose a turret. This is really perfect. This is like beyond perfect right now. The Xin Zhao is probably crying right now. Like, take a look at this. Again, I'm using a shield. You know, the empowered shield to get movement speed. Again, it's so important to use the empowered shield in the combination, guys. Please. And here, you know, helping my team. I'm not pushing my lane. I'm actually helping my team. And in this game, I got a redemption. Because I want sustain. You know, I feel like sustain is going to be better than burst. And another reason for that is because we have Sona. Sona gives heals to my team. And the enemy doesn't really have a big burst potential. You know, they don't really have big burst champions. So sustain is going to be really good for us. And redemption gives sustain, right? So, okay. A thing to note about Pantheon is he's quite weak in the later game. Unless you snowball. But if you throw your early lead by dying, you know, and giving the enemy shutdown, you're really gonna feel weak. Like, he's not like other champions. He really gets punished by getting killed. So you really don't want to get killed. I mean, of course, you never want to get killed, right? What is this stupid tip? But what I mean is, you should look at what I'm gonna do in this game, which is absolutely terrible. And you should never do that. Never. So what I'm doing up until now, I've played it perfectly this game. You know, I've played it almost perfectly. I've helped my team, rotated, used my ultimate to save my turret, everything like that. You know, really, really, really good. This is how you want to play. But you shouldn't get overconfident. You know, sometimes I see Pantheon players like diving in hardcore, thinking that they can stay alive forever with their third ability. No, you cannot, okay? After your third ability gets procced, you're gonna be squishy. Like, take a look at this. You know, this was actually good, but it was risky. It was perhaps unnecessary because my team was not with me. And when your team is not with you to help catch out an enemy, it's not really worth it. I need to turn on Do Not Disturb. 1 second, guys. Just give me a second. Here. Okay, sorry. Let's take a look. You know, just dealing some poke damage here. Like, this is fine. Here, the Corki was backing me up, so this was good. Boom. Oh, and this was so unfortunate, actually. I died because of the ignite. I actually liked the play that I did there. It was good, you know. I killed the Xin Zhao, but the Xin Zhao actually ignited me, which was, you know, unlucky, I would say. And it's fine to die here. As you can see, my team got 2 kills. This is okay. Like, up until now, it's still definitely okay to die. You know, as a Pantheon, let me talk about mid lane Pantheon, actually. You know, like, early game Pantheon, a lot of damage, blah blah blah, you know. But mid game Pantheon is different. The way that you want to play mid game Pantheon is you want to be like going in, go into the enemy, stun an important target, and use your shield to block damage and waste time. Look at this. This was actually also okay. But again, you know, I'm dying. I died again. It's true that I killed the vibe, but I died. And honestly, here, it's more my team's fault because they actually died before I was with them. But it's still fine. But yeah, I was talking about mid-game Pantheon. So what you want to do is hit an important target, stun that target, and allow your team to hit that enemy. And if you do this correctly, you're either gonna force important abilities out, you know, to save that teammate, or you're gonna force a flash. And when you do that, use your shield and go out. That is a general thing that's very, very good on Pantheon. Catch out an enemy, deal damage, make them use abilities, use a shield, and go out. You can also go all in. And it's like, you know, you can do it if you're snowballing the game, but when you're a little behind, it's a little harder to do because you're not going to deal a lot of damage. You're really going to rely on your team. And when you all in, you're like, Pantheon doesn't deal that much damage. Like, look, what is this? My full combination dealt like 20% of his HP. And I just completely inted that. Like, what the hell was that? And they even stole the dragon. So this is absolutely terrible. So what happened here? Let me tell you what happened here. And this is a huge mistake that I see some people make on Pantheon, and what I just did as well, is Pantheon is not a solo champion in the mid game. He is a solo champion in the early game, and what I mean with solo champion is like you can solo fight, but in the mid game you cannot solo fight. You're gonna lose to pretty much anyone, and in the late game you know, it's even worse. In the late game it's even worse to solo fight. So what you want to do is oh, here, like, you know, again, I got a kill, but I died again. But it is fine, because my team was actually backing me up. So let me talk about Pantheon again. So in the mid game, you want to go in with your team. You want to tank up damage, deal damage, and, you know, waste time. You're basically a time waster. Like, they deal damage to you, but your team backs you up and deals damage to them. So when you go in alone, you're only going to be able to do one combination, and then all your abilities are on a cooldown. What is the enemy going to do? They're going to kill you. And you've seen that happen many times on me right here. So in a situation like this game, it would probably be good to build a Death's Dance or Guardian Angel. One of these 2 items, because, you know, they're both really good for going all in. Because Death's Dance is good against burst. However, the enemy doesn't have a lot of burst, but it can still be good if 5 enemies hit you at the same time. Because even though they deal sustain damage, it's still going to be burst if it's 5 of them, right? So let's take a look at what's going to happen here. You know, he actually got caught out. And again, like, I am... What am I doing? What the hell am I doing? I died again. I died again. And why did I die? Like, let me tell you why I died. I thought that I could save the Kai'Sa, but it was quite obvious that the Kai'Sa was dead anyways. Or, I mean, Jhin, sorry. I thought that I could save the Jhin, but it was obvious that the Jhin would die even, you know, it's obvious that Jhin would die. So what should I have done? I should have left him alone. Like at this point, I've given away 5 kills already. Like, I was 4-0 in this game. And it has actually turned into 7-5. A few deaths of mine were okay because, you know, we got some kills for the team, but a lot of them were unnecessary, you know, just me solo dying to the enemy, which is a huge mistake. So a really important tip that I have for you when playing Pantheon is stay with your team in the mid and late game. Stay with your team and engage when they can back you up. Don't engage on your own. You're never gonna out damage enemies in the mid game, guys. Please. Like I've learned it the hard way. You know, I've lost so many games because I was completely inting on Pantheon. But here I actually learned it. But as you can see, I was still kinda inting. So look at this. What am I doing? What am I doing? Again, I'm going in alone like an absolute idiot. And I died. I died again. Why? Why? Stay with your team. Don't be like me. Don't be an idiot like this guy that's playing right here. Stay with your team and like stop inting. Like look at how hard I'm making the game for my team right now. I'm absolutely playing garbage. Like if I were my teammates, I would be insulting myself right here. So bad. Like I'm actually getting mad watching this. Like why did I die there? It was so unnecessary and stupid. Never do this on Pantheon, guys. This is why I think it's very important to show games to you where I play terribly as well. You know, you should learn from my mistakes as well. So what's gonna happen here is actually pretty good. Like, you know, my team is fighting, I'm ready to engage, and this is good. What I did here was good. We still lost the fight, but this is how you want to play Pantheon. Like, as you can see, I still died, but this was good. Now, why was this good, you might think? Because I wasted a lot of time of these enemies. You know, this was really good. Unfortunately, my team was not very coordinated here. They still lost the fight, but every time you engage with your team, you're gonna bring a lot of value to the fight. If you engage on your own, all that's gonna happen is you're probably gonna deal like 10% of the enemy's HP damage, and you're gonna have to flash away, you know, or you're gonna die. So keep that in mind. Please keep it in mind. I really feel like I talk too much during my videos. Like there's probably not even 10 seconds in any video of mine where I didn't talk. So let's make these the first 10 seconds of silence. Okay, those were the 10 seconds of silence, and yeah, take a look at this. I catch out the enemy. Oh, that was so good. Perfect. My team is like kinda backing me up, but you know, I just died again. However, it was worth it because I traded myself for the vibe, but now it's not worth it anymore because the Sona is also dying. And as you can see, I got significantly weaker in this game, and the reason for that is because like I have completely inted this game. I've died 8 times, and that's why, you know, I'm getting weaker because I'm level 12. I'm level 12 while the enemy Kai'Sa is like level 14. Of course, if you're level 12, you're gonna be very weak. And the reason that I'm underleveled, of course, is because I'm dying all the time. And wow, look, we actually almost surrendered. Wow. That's crazy. We actually almost surrendered again. Damn. Very sad game right now. And this is definitely my fault. Like, it's true that I played good in the early game. I don't really care if my teammates made mistakes or anything. I just know that I made a lot of mistakes, and it makes me mad. Like, I still want to upload this video, really, you know? It's okay to show me playing terribly sometimes too, right? It's definitely okay. What? But wow, look at the Corki though! The Corki package was huge! Wow, the Corki package. Like, again, my engage there was good. You know, this was good. But I am so behind that I still lost. You know, I was so behind that I still lost. And here, you know, I'm kind of giving my team words of encouragement. They are 4v3, so they can actually take a fight, you know, because they're 4 versus 3. So let's take a look at what's going to happen. Lee Sin actually goes in without the team, which was perhaps a mistake. But we have a Sona, so she can heal him right back up. Yeah, this is really good what they're doing here. Really nice. You know, forcing the Galio away. Forcing a fight because there are 4 versus 3. And look, this is good. I'm telling my team I ult. They have to fight now. Now they have to fight because I'm gonna be there and it's gonna be 5 versus 3. And they actually killed the Kai'Sa. Now they need to fight because with a Pantheon you're gonna be faster than the enemy because you have an ultimate, of course. And my team did it beautifully. They actually took the fight, and even if even if the enemies actually turned the fight, I would have been able to save my team because of my ult. So what you want to do in a situation like this is don't finish Baron, fight. And as you can see, everyone in my team understands. Don't finish Baron, fight. Because we should be able to win a 5 versus 3, right? We should be able to win a 5 versus 3. So as you can see, with the skin off our bones, we are actually winning the 5 versus 4. It was really hard to win it because these enemies are just really ahead. And let's take a look at this. Oh, and yet another kill. Like, how we're playing so well right now. Even though the enemies are super ahead, you know, we are holding our ground. We are holding the ground. How do you say it? The English saying? We are holding our ground? I think that's how you say it. But basically what I mean, we're doing okay. Again, look at what I'm communicating with my team. 4 versus 2. Fight, fight, you know, we need to fight. I don't know what happened. That was just some ADHD attack that I got in my head. Fight, like force a Baron and fight. Don't waste time. You know, if we wasted time here, it would have been a completely wasted opportunity and, you know, basically nothing. So take a look at this. Easy peasy Baron. And I really want to stress how important macro play is. And the macro play that we made here is we saw that the enemies had 3 deaths. And we saw that it was a 4v2. So when it's a 4v2, what do you want to do? Baron or Dragon. Force something. Or push turrets. Do something. Don't go back to farming. Please, guys, don't be that type of player. Do something. Like, right now, we've played the game macro-wise so incredibly well. And look, what I'm about to do here, again, really nice. This is good gameplay. So I'm telling my team, play safe. The Dragon is spawning, and what I want to do is I want to push and then I can ult to my team, but they're actually fighting. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to continue pushing. I'm actually going to use my ultimate to help my team. You know, don't... Here, boom. Easy kill. Easy peasy kill in the backline. Yet again. Easy peasy kill. If, you know, don't be greedy. So what I did was really nice. I split pushed the bot lane and I used my ultimate, you know, and now we actually won the game. Perfect. So as you can see, my mid game in this game was absolutely garbage. Like, terrible. It would probably be better if I was AFK than playing the mid game that I played in this game. But the early and late game, I played really nice. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a lot, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video of me playing terribly too, you know. I'm a human too. I make a lot of mistakes actually, you know. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and let's show you the stats. I actually got A tier, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.